Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Very much appreciate your time. We apologize for the in-person portion of this meeting. As you well know, there's an ice storm headed our way. In fact, I'm sitting here in Milford, Michigan right now, and it's freezing rain and snowing, and the promise of ice is coming. And unfortunately, in Ann Arbor, they're expecting about 3/4 of an inch of ice. So out of caution and safety for everyone, we decided not to hold the meeting in person and go completely virtual. I want to thank everyone for coming to this first AMC Summit. This has been an evolution, multiple organizations. I'm going to give you a little bit of a definition and explanation of who the AMC is. It is a cohort of organizations, the Autonomous Vehicle Alliance, Mcity at University of Michigan, ITSA, Intelligent Transportation Society of America, AARP, SAE, Stantec, Phoenix Mobility Rising, and who played a very kind of critical advisory role in the beginning was the US Access Board. But the reason we kind of brought this cohort together, so you have some background, is what we realized when we all started talking to each other about accessible and barrier-free mobility is that we were doing very similar work. We had very similar goals. We had very similar interests. And we realized there was an opportunity to actually share that information with each other and build off of the backs of every piece of research, every finding that we had, to move this forward, no pun intended, but to really kind of give this strength and legs of multiple organizations who could share information and work together to make these things possible around accessible and barrier-free mobility. So the Accessible Mobility Collaborative was formed. If you are a member of any of the organizations that I just mentioned, you are a de facto member of the AMC. And one of our goals and objectives for the AMC was to really share as much good information as we possibly can with the automotive industry in particular. And there's a reason for that. We realized, and this goes back to 2020, when the AVA did its first piece of accessible and barrier-free research. First of all, we realized how much good work was going on in the world. And when we were talking with cities, as we have for the last 6 to 7 to 8 years, we've realized that they always ask for an mobility equity. They always ask for an accessible and barrier-free vehicle. And this wasn't just about autonomy in particular, but this was vehicles in general, right? Accessibility. So that's one of the reasons why we all came together. We started working with the US Access Board, and we decided that we were going to move the AMC forward in a way that was going to be proactive for sharing information.